Hi guys, welcome back to another video with Pratham Test Prep. This is your host Sanjeev Bhatia again, and we are back with a new video on your last day to your MHCET law examination. So definitely this is a very important examination for a lot of people who are going to Maharashtra for their law, right? So there are 5-year law entrance test we are talking about here. We are not focusing on the 3-year one. We are definitely going to focus on the 5-year law entrance test and what you need to keep in your mind before you are going for the paper now, because the paper is on 3rd of August. So I hope every one of you are aware about that part. Now, what is the some important information that difficulty level is going to be lesser than AILET and CLAT, right? So that is the one thing that you need to remember here, that it is going to be easier than your CLAT and AILET. So you need not be that nervous for this paper. You can relax a bit about it also. Now, next is there are lesser number of applicants that were there for CLAT. So definitely higher number of chances for you to crack the examination. So do make sure that you are understanding what is your competition right now looking like. Because अगर आप देखेंगे CLAT के अंदर there are 70,000 kids who will sit for the paper. In MHCET it will be somewhere around 25 to 30,000 students. So it's not even half of what you have faced in CLAT. So lesser number of applicants means higher number of chances for the college. So definitely it is a worth option taking for you. Next is that exam is similar to AILET and SLAT. If any one of you has written AILET and SLAT, so your paper will be on the same pattern that you have dealt with AILET and SLAT. So do make sure that you know that fact also. Now coming to the next part is that there is no negative marking, nor there is any sectional cutoff, nor there is any sectional timing also. ठीक है, तो कोई नेगेटिव मार्किंग नहीं है, कोई सेक्शनल कट ऑफ नहीं है, कोई सेक्शनल टाइमिंग नहीं है. तो ये तीन चीजें आपको दिमाग में होनी चाहिए बिफोर यू आर गोइंग फॉर द पेपर, दैट यू नो दिस फैक्ट. नाउ नेक्स्ट इज दैट देयर आर seats are much more than other law entrances also. Agar if you compare it to CLAT, AILET and other entrances, then you will find that seats are much more in MHCET than in other colleges. So definitely that increases your chances to get into the college also. Now, next is due to the presence of GLC and ILS, right? These are the two colleges mostly people are fighting for. So definitely due to the presence of these two colleges, your chances of getting into MHCET should increase, because these two are the only motivators that you should look at and give MHCET examination. Until and unless you are just ready to study in a tier 2 or a tier 3 college, if that is the case, then you can take any college in MHCET. But if you want to study in the tier 1 colleges of India, then GLC and ILS Pune are two colleges that you need to keep an eye on. I hope everybody is clear with this fact. Now, next comes is the MHCET Law 2022 exam pattern, how it will look like. So if you don't know the pattern, there will be 30 questions of English, 10 questions of math, logical and analytical reasoning will be for 40, general awareness will have 30 questions, legal aptitude will have 40 questions respectively. So it is a paper worth 150 marks with no negative marking. So if any one of you is going for the paper, you should know what is the amount of questions that you will find from each section. Now, what is the part is cutoffs. What are the cutoffs looking like? What are you fighting for? So last year, the cutoffs of GLC was 118 plus, and ILS it was 115 approx for general category. And you can see for outside Maharashtra category, you can increase absolutely 10 marks on the same cutoff that you are watching on. So GLC was 128 and ILS was 126. So it's definitely on the higher side for the outside Maharashtrian candidates. So do make sure that you are looking at these courses and also making a reliable choice that what kind of answer you are going to solve and how you are going to get the required amount of marks according to the recent year cutoffs also. Now, what are the tips? First is don't indulge in new learning. Now, अगर आप कोई नई चीज लर्न करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं तो प्लीज उसको बंद कर दीजिए. Please don't indulge in any kind of new learning now. नई चीजें याद करना आप अभी के लिए बंद कर सकते हैं। नाउ नेक्स्ट इज रिवाइज व्हाट यू हैव ऑलरेडी प्रिपेयर्ड। अब आपको लगता है आपको जीके पढ़ने की जरूरत है, आप जीके पढ़े, आप रिवाइज करें जो आपने ऑलरेडी पढ़ लिया है। सो डोंट गो फॉर न्यू थिंग्स, just revise what you have already studied. So that is something that is gonna help you out a lot. Now next is manage your time well and also set a timer for each section for yourself, right? अगर मॉक अभी ट्राई कर रहे हैं, आपने सेक्शन टेस्ट ट्राई किए हैं, so do make sure that आप अपने के लिए एक टाइमर सेट करते हैं कि आप कितने टाइम में कितना क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करने वाले हैं। यहाँ एमएचसीईटी के अंदर एक कैच है, उसके बारे में मैं बात करूंगा आगे। प्लीज स्टे ऑनलाइन फॉर दैट। नाउ next is attempt the mocks, also give mocks in these 2 days so that you are also thinking that when you're going for the real exam it is also like in another mock. Now coming to the next part is that at least try the past year exam papers also, because this will be very very helpful for you guys, right? Now coming to the next part is that what are these things to remember. So first is take a good night sleep before you go for the paper. Please अच्छे से सोएं before आप एग्जाम के लिए अपने जा रहे हैं। आप एक रात की अच्छी नींद लें, ऑल नाइटर्स या कुछ भी पुल ना करें उस रात में। That is something that you need to remember. Second, sections can be jumbled up. That is what we have seen in the past years also, कि sections jumbled up आते हैं और हो सकता है आपका पेपर में सारे sections jumbled up हो। So if all your sections are jumbled up, तो आपको उस बात का ध्यान रखना होगा कि आपकी टेक्निक वहां पे आप कैसे रखने वाले हैं, ठीक है? तो सेक्शंस जंबल्ड अप आए हैं तो हो सकता है इस साल भी आए, तो यही कैच है एमएचसीईटी का कि वहां पे सेक्शंस जंबल्ड अप आते हैं। अगर आपको नए नए सेक्शन देखने की आदत नहीं है तो हो सकता है आप थोड़ा घबरा जाएं। सो डू मेक श्योर दैट यू आर प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट फैक्ट ऑल्सो। अब मैंने आपको बता दिया है, सो ऑल ऑफ यू आर प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर इट। नेक्स्ट इज टेक ऑल योर बिलोंगिंग्स केयरफुली, ठीक है? अपनी जेब वगैरह चेक करके जाइएगा। डोंट टेक एनीथिंग दैट इज मिस्टीरियस और is gonna take you out of the examination. Carry all your COVID essentials. Take your mask, all hand sanitizers, gloves, and all the things that you require to be there on the center. Please make sure that you're carrying all your COVID essentials also. Next is that take your admit card, take a print of it, whatever is required, all the printing and all the ID proofs like your Aadhaar card, voter ID, whatever you're going to take out. Please make sure that you are taking them with you carefully. Next is that don't panic. अगर आप प्लीज टाइम पे नहीं चलेंगे तो आपको पैनिक होगा, तो अपने घर से टाइम पे जाएं, टाइम पे पेपर के लिए प्रिपेयर करें और टाइम पे अपने सेंटर पे पहुंचे, तभी ये पैनिक से थोड़ा छुटकारा आपको मिल पाएगा। एंड ऑल्सो कीप योर सेल्फ काम एंड कंटेंट, दैट इज समथिंग विच इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इन दिस एग्जाम। ओके, मेक अ प्लान बिफोर यू गेट इनसाइड द एग्जाम पेपर कि आप एग्जाम में करने क्या वाले हैं। Do make sure that you have a plan for that. You know how are you going to tackle the exam and what is going to be your strategy while you are going for this paper. Do make sure that you have a plan regarding it. Okay. Next is that make sure that you don't get into the trap of the examiner where they give you questions which are difficult in the beginning and you get scared and you are not able to solve those questions. So आपको अपने आप को थोड़ा सा काम रखना होगा। हो सकता है कई क्वेश्चन जो आपको दिए जा रहे हो वो आपके पेपर में आपको नहीं आते हो। सो डू मेक श्योर दैट यू आर मूविंग अहेड एंड नॉट लेटिंग योर मोरल गो डाउन इन दिस टाइम। नेक्स्ट इज रीच द एग्जाम सेंटर ऑन टाइम। आप 15 से 20 मिनट पहले नहीं, आप आधा घंटा पहले जाएं एग्जाम सेंटर पे, ताकि आप थोड़ा सा अक्लामेटाइज हो सके जो चीजें आपके आसपास हो रही है, एंड यू अंडरस्टैंड what is happening near you at that point of time when you're going for the paper, and बाकी सारी चीजें भी आपके अंदर sink in हो जाए while you are there. Next is read the instructions carefully. हो सकता है कि MHCET किसी को ना बताए और नेगेटिव मार्किंग अचानक से इंस्ट्रक्शंस में लिख दे। You can never guess that, right? So do make sure that you are reading the instructions of all the questions very carefully. And also you are reading the instructions in the question paper that is given in the beginning. Do make sure that you are giving it a thorough read. Okay. Next is आप अपना क्वेश्चन पेपर जरूर से चेक करें। अगर आपको ओएमआर शीट भरने को दी जा रही है तो ओएमआर शीट की प्रिंटिंग भी चेक करें। ये सब चीजें आपके बेसिक एसेंशियल्स में होती है। जब आप कोई भी एग्जाम देने जाते हैं तो आपको ये सब चीजें जरूर चेक करनी है। सो डू मेक श्योर दैट यू चेक योर क्वेश्चन पेपर and also your answer script on which you have to mark your answers. So do make sure that you are checking out these things. अगर आप इंग्लिश के लिए अभी भी कुछ देखना चाहते हैं, so you can revise some of the idioms and phrases. You can look into spelling errors. You can look into vocabulary, and also you can look into one-word substitution. अगर आपको इंग्लिश में कुछ रिवाइज करने की इच्छा है, so these are some of the topics that you can definitely go and have a chance with. Analogy is one of them also. Now, coming to the next part is that what are the topics that you need to focus on logical reasoning? So it is coding and decoding. It is blood relations. It is distance and directions, syllogism and analogies and inequalities, statement and assumptions, and puzzles. If you want, you can revise these and also do some of the questions from each of these topics to keep a note that you are able to do all of them. Okay, so now the next topic that comes into our mind is obviously legal reasoning. So legal GK is something that is going to play a very, very important role in the MHCET exam paper. So do make sure that you are studying legal GK also very carefully, because that is something that is going to take out 90% of your legal paper in the MHCET. So do make sure that you are revising legal GK and also practicing few questions before going in the main examination. Now coming to the next part is that principle and fact-based questions are less in number. So definitely people who are not very well versed with the law and they have not studied properly that what exactly happens in legal reasoning, it is going to be a difficult challenge for you to go ahead in the paper. So do make sure that if you are someone who has studied law, basic law, so you should go and revise your legal GK, because it's going to be extremely, extremely important for you guys. So definitely make sure that you are giving it a good read and you are practicing some of these questions also. Now, what is the last thing that comes in our mind? GK and current affairs. There will be a mix of static, है ना। अगर आप रिवाइज करना चाहें, आपके पास कोई नोट्स है, अपने नोट्स बना रखे, अपने फोटोज दे रखी है, न्यूज़पेपर के आपके पास क्लिपिंग्स है, ऐसा अगर आपके पास कुछ भी है, so do make sure that you're revising them and making a note that you are not trying to rote learn them also till now. You are just revising them and going for your paper and not taking much stress about your GK and current affairs, because it can pop up from literally anywhere in the course. So do make sure that you are aware about that fact also, right? So this is it for today, guys. I hope you were able to understand what are some things that you need to make sure before you are going for the MHCET paper, which is on 3rd of August. So don't forget to hit on the like button, and also don't forget to hit on the subscribe button for the regular updates for the videos that are coming up. So thank you for coming for this live session, guys. All the best for your exam, and do make sure that you are following all the tips and you are able to get the best score possible for yourself. So thank you guys for joining this live session. Do take care of yourself. I will see you again on Wednesday on the same place and same time, and we will discuss some more things about MHCET after your exam is done. So do make sure that you join us on the day of your MHCET paper. After the paper is over, we'll be definitely coming up with an analysis session on the same. So thank you for joining this live session. Do take care of yourself and have a nice day ahead.